Hello and welcome to another Demis Helen tutorial. We are looking at Psytrance again today, so we're looking back at this melody mess file here. It was where I was messing around with melodies, and as you can see I've deleted most of it and ended up with Psytrance, because that's how my day always usually goes. So in Vanguard, we originally had, I think, Junior or Evil 303 going on, and it was just using the built-in transgate and arpeggiator. If you heard it in the previous video, you'll hear that it's changed since then. So now it sounds like this, because it's the Bone Crusher preset, but I've actually turned off the transgate and the arp, so now we have nice sustained notes. And then from there, this is the only thing I've changed now, apart from the preset, is the rhythm. So you can see each bar is the same, and we have this effect. So it sounds a little bit more progressive now, so it has that nice rise. So I don't want to lose this build here. So you know what happens in Cubase if you just start doing this, it starts repeating the same part. So what we're going to do is we're going to make life a little bit easier, and it still does it when you do it like that. Alright, so we'll redraw this in after. So we'll just copy and paste. Let's just get rid. If you guys know a better way of doing this, let me know in the comments. There probably is. I just haven't had the time to sit down and look. If there's a way of, like, you probably could hold shift or something like that. Just let me know down below. So now we have this. So we don't want it to go out of that range of it being 303. Just have it a little bit more acidy. I like that. So there is another way that we can approach this, so it drops at that point. We can actually copy and paste this information back in. So if we did it to that bar there, there's an example. Let's just... I don't know what I'm trying to do, this zoomed out. Okay, so we have that marker there, and we can copy and paste that marker back into there. So up to here, and we just want to get rid of those. Okay, and then if we go back here, make sure we're on there, and we've pasted it back in. Looks beautiful. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So now we should have... that should drop at that point. Let's just drop it a bit more to give it an obvious change. So now in context we have... got my mixer on the other screen here, but as you can imagine, all I'm doing is just changing the output. It's also set slightly to the left, so we'll just rebalance that in the middle. I'm just going to boost. Just make sure it all have it reacting a little bit faster. Stop it clipping. Right, so we have the basics there. I need to make it a little bit sharper. It's a bit too smooth for what it is. works quite well down there, so maybe if we keep it in that range. Let's just do some more precision editing here. So it goes too high there. Let's keep it in this range. Let's just see what it sounds like from the bottom. Okay, so I feel the pattern is repeating a little bit too often, so I might just change it over 2 bars, like here. So let's just have it start from here so we don't have all that stuff echoing on into it. So let's just repeat 1 bar. So let's have, so this is all experimental. I'm just going to turn off quantize, which is hitting J on the keyboard. So we've got a nice like dissonant sound there. It's kind of preparing it for going somewhere later on in the track. It sounds quite good. Let's just do another octave. Let's maybe have that over 2 octaves. Hitting J again to turn off quantize. I'm just going to shorten that one down. I'm just going to try and turn the decay down a bit. That sounds quite nice. A little bit sharper. It's taking away that kind of smoothness at the start of the sound. So you're starting to get these sounds coming through where it's shorter. And there's quite a bit of, well, it is cross-type delay, I suppose. Right, okay. So we've got something a little bit more interesting there, so let's have that beauty duplicated to here. I'm just going to put move anyway. Hitting J to turn the quantize back on. And we are... I'm lost in my own song. There we are. So you remember how we've got these here, so we've got all these reference points. I'm just going to copy those for now. Like I say, there could be an easier way. We'll keep that one there for reference. And start that one there. So let's try that with this coming in.
They receive a brutal could not be stopped by a slug from a 45.
It's sounding okay. I feel it can do a little bit more, so let's go back to this one here. No, let's do it from the first one. let's fill some gaps in. Let's really get the energy pumping in this track. Let's copy this one. So we'll go up to the F here. And I'm just going to fill these gaps in. And let's just shorten them down and see what happens. It gives it a little bit more energy. I like that a lot. Right, so we'll do the same here. And here, and I don't think there's anything in that gap there. Put that down, and then hit J, and a little bit more. Right, so now we have it just gives it that little bit more pace in the delay, because essentially it's the delay that's giving it more of an effect than the actual rhythm itself. That's sounding a lot better. Right, so copy that across to there, go back to here, paste that back in. Let's just have a quick listen so it gets up to here. Just have it doing a bit of more of a rise back up. All right, I like that. So let's just make sure we have that back there. We'll probably edit this at some point because I'm not going to keep it like that. All right, so now we've got a bit more energy. I'm just going to turn this up. I'm sorry I didn't balance the audio out before. And let's have a listen to what it sounds like in context. It's not sounding too bad. It's probably a little bit too much on top, but we're a little bit of mixing. A bit of mixing that will sound quite nice. Okay, so let's just zoom back in here. Now we have this scenario here. This is a melody section which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep. So again, let me know in the comments if I should keep this or I should adapt it a little bit more. I think it's a little bit too melodic, possibly. There's two melodies in here and I'm trying to work out which one I like best. This is the first one.
How easily a person's mind can become confused when suddenly they receive a brutal shock. I didn't believe a man existed who could not be stopped by a slug from a 45.
And then it goes into this melody. And then this rhythm.
More energy, more power.
So as you can imagine, it'll also have this in it.
More energy, more power.
And what we'll do for this section as an example is we'll have those sharpened Fs in it. We'll have it like that.
More power.
And then we'll revert back to these ones later on. So what do you think? Should I keep that melody? There is also a bass line that follows that melody as well. So obviously the bass is static here. Or should I have it? I just think it sounds a bit too low. in terms of this part of the bass. I could put it up here, but as soon as you transpose it up, you're jumping nearly a full octave. And it doesn't sound right, so I think I'll keep it static. And that's where I think it's a little bit too melodic. I don't know. You let me know, do you like melody A, B and C? Do you like it in that order? Should I just keep B and C? Should I just keep A and then adapt that into a very fast-paced melody? Let me know, and we'll take it from there in the next installment of this Psytrance track. This is probably looking like April. You guys have kind of voted for March to be the uplifting trance. January is going to be a surprise track. I've already got that underway. You haven't seen anything to do with it yet. And I'm struggling for February at the moment, but I do have something else lined up and you'll see it in some upcoming videos. Rightio, so thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe and just give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down twice and that'll be enough for me. And yeah, follow me on the socials. See you in the next video, guys.